Dick Rickles here.
Are swords cool? Yes. Are people who own swords cool? No.
What a champ, though. It's a bridge.
It's a half-built
It's a dock,
bridge.
actually.
The 1940s in Nazi Germany.
Oh my god.
It's also appropriate because it
we
is
go.
Monday.
Oh my god.
So this is so do you want to explain this? Because you could probably explain a little better than me.
Oh, Shibuya meltdowns are people in Japan, usually like businessmen and working class. It's after they've had a bit too much to drink and they pass out in the subways or streets of Japan, particularly Shibuya.
Yes.
And it's nobody in Japan really what's that?
It's Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy. We love you.
Japan treats intoxicated people kind of differently, where they just step over them,
Let him be.
like New York City.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do kind of have like we have this like instinct here to like wrangle up our messed up instead of just like, because like you don't know what they're gonna do, so I get that, but it's like I like for drunk people, I've always kind of been like, I just leave them there.
But it's like drunk coming home from work. Like, so they'll have their
suits on?
briefcase. Yes.
Ha!
Some of
How
them,
do you
not
not
all
get
of them.
robbed?
That's just cultural
Just
differences.
Japan. Yeah, that's true. It's just Japan. Like it won't happen in Japan. Because I feel like the reason it wouldn't happen in Japan is because that area especially is so crowded that somebody's going to say something, right? Like somebody's going to say something.
I mean, it's probably not impossible, but I'm sure. Yeah.
I forget I don't have to like look at you for you to hear me because it's in here.
I like looking at you.
So these are all videos of people melting down in Shibuya Square. Well, this just says people passed out in Tokyo. Gets up to let him sleep. Yeah, they're all in suits.
Yeah. Like,
Gonna
work
turn
culture
it
is
down
so-
in case this isn't royalty free.
the work culture is so heavy.
Yeah, is it like there's Oh. He said, "Oh, I meant Stone saying you were pretty was facts, but that too, LMA. you're a sweet man and with a beautiful soul. But man, you weren't kidding about like
All the suits?
the suits. Like
Yeah.
you weren't kidding about these being like business people. But like, I don't know if this is Japan, so I might be being a little racist right now. But like I think it's Japan where like the work culture is so strict as such that people like passed out at their desk aren't woken up because it's like, oh well, you know, clearly they've worked themselves into a coma. You know, like that's the assumption. So like if you're asleep at your desk, it's like this weird sort of like, oh, good for him, worked until he couldn't anymore. No, I understand Shibuya is in Japan. I wasn't sure if like that story that I had read about like people falling asleep at their desks is like a thing of reverence in a weird way. Because I mean, it meant you worked until you couldn't no more. This seat looks really popular.
That must hurt his ankles.
Yeah, you just giggle and move on. Oh no! No! Oh, buddy! Don't start moving. Oh, thank God. I was like, shit. This is like Final Destination. Look, and I bet they put it back in its shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. But
Like,
that's the amount of help you get. That's it.
that would not happen here.
Take your phone.
Alright, thank you. Oh, no. This is how people drown in a puddle. This is how Jimi Hendrix died.
Is it?
Yeah. Jimi Hendrix died in a puddle of his own vomit that was only a few inches thick. How bad can you feel? Like, you know, 4 viewers. Holy shit. Welcome, everybody. Welcome,
Howdy.
welcome. Follow the stream. Share it if you please. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. I like that.
I do like that.
Hey, you're not in a suit. You ain't earned this shit. You think she
Smacking
knows
him.
him?
I hope so.
You think it's
smacking a stranger?
Well, I mean, do you think it's like... What I'm saying is, do you think it's a possibility that this guy just passed out on her on the train? And, like... And, like, she's now just trying to be like, well, I can't get up. He's on my arm. Because I don't see your other arm. So just smack. Hey! 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 I like that a lot.
Sir!
Sir! Sir! Sir! Did you kiss him?
Oh,
Maybe they do know each other.
I hope so.
Otherwise, this is some crazy missed connection.
You sleeping on the subway, blue shirt,
I was just about to say, like, me, 23 and pissed off at your passed out ass on my shoulder. You, passed out ass. Like,
Want to meet up for coffee?
look how sick of it she is. She's exhaling through every orifice in her head. Ears too.
Oh no, you're on the door?
No, he's not on the door. He's on the little thing next to the door, so I hope somebody like...
No, he's on the door.
He was on the door! He was on the door.
Slow decapitation.
It's like a scene from Final Destination whenever they're like, the door closes on their heads. Not in a suit.
He looks like a student.
He does look like a student.
He might just be
I'm
dancing.
in here, bruh.
He might just be dancing. You don't know.
Yeah, he's got headphones in. Oh no, no.
Oh.
He's gonna hit his head on that fucking cup.
You just know it's there for that, though.
Don't fall asleep in your food. Oh!
Oh, that could have ended badly. Oh.
With the chopstick in the eye.
Yeah, I've seen people's heads smashed into cakes that come up with the,
That's awesome. Dragging him, just dragging him on the ground. Oh my god. Okay, done.
Ooh, I sent you some more good stuff. I
You
forgot
sent me all
most.
kinds of good stuff.
Oh yeah.
We just get on conversational topics and we find other stuff to watch, like, which is why we have so much, like,
Ew, get off the
not that this
floor.
needs a pause, but I do kind of want to address, we have so much back content to watch because we just go on tangents, and I kind of love that about the show.
Content for days.
Content for days. That scene in Final Destination 2 where her hair gets caught on the hook and her head gets stuck in an elevator door as the elevator elevator goes up and decapitates her has scarred me for life. Have you watched any of the Final Destinations?
I don't like that shit.
I'm gonna tell this story, I guess, really quick. Final Destination is probably one of like the top movies that got me into film production. And horror movies are really what got me into film production, because the entire time you're just wondering, how did they do that? How did they make that happen? Like, what could they possibly... Like, okay, Sean William Scott's head was not actually cut off of his head. Okay? Like, because in the movie, like, the top half of his head comes off of the bottom half of his head. So, like, but that didn't happen because he's still around doing stuff. He was in Role Models later. Like, I mean...
Or is he?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Or is he?
Yes, he is. Is not one of Gail's husbands. Clone husbands. Maybe headless Sean William Scott is on the Gale ship. The Church of Gale. Evil Dead 2 is what made me want to become a director. The effects and the use of the camera was all that shit was so cool to me. Yeah, no, dude, I totally get it. But yeah, like, it was the same thing. Like Saw made me really, like, curious. Like, how did they do this? And like after I saw how they did it, I was like, that isn't what I thought at all. Like that, like it showed me how like outside the box, how much outside the box thinking you really have to do to be like, oh shit, to be like super successful in that industry. What the hell?
It was fine without it. I don't know.
Sorry about that, everybody.
I can appreciate the artistic side of it. I see that enough in my head. I don't need to like see it in front of me.
I get that.
You know?
I get that a lot.
Like, I don't know, but I do appreciate the amount of detail and care that goes into the sets and the props. Like,
yeah.
That's what gets me, like edible bugs and
yeah, I would also have to say it wasn't exclusively horror, because like that, like fantasy adventure also makes you really like curious. But like the problem with like fantasy movies is that like part of you has to wonder sometimes how much is them just standing in a giant green screen studio. You know, like
I guess
Lord of the Rings was cool in the way that they went on location a lot. So like you knew that they were in actual places sometimes. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, it's just in relation to like horror movies.
Oh,
but it's null now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's like magic tricks mixed with art, mixed with like logistical problem solving. Yeah, it's really cool. Like what you have to do to make a film look very realistic without looking like too cheesy, like, is interesting. I remember that was an issue they talked about on Finding Nemo. Was they were like their whole thing was that they were saying like these opening shots are beautiful. Like the way you guys animated these opening shots are beautiful, but they're too realistic. Like we don't want people to think that this is film. Like this is CGI and we're proud of it. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like that it was so real they couldn't use it. Like that's insane. Let's finish this up. Police fights in Japan?